First, this might feel very magical as you start to awaken on your twin flame journey and you start to wonder, how is this even happening? And maybe you might feel a little bit crazy. You might feel like, is this real, or am I holding on to something that is never going to come together? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Twin Flames Universe. I am Kanisha, an ascension coach here, and my job is to teach you how to heal through twin flames, separation, learn about spirituality, and eternal love. And today's topic is going to be on twin flame signs, synchronicities, and dreams, and what they really mean, and how to use them to help you move forward in your twin flame ascension journey. So, synchronicities are not just coincidences, they are exactly what they say they are, which is a synchronicity. This is going to be really the divine's love notes to you from the universe on how to really help you keep moving forward on your purpose journey, your twin flame journey, your ascension journey. And so, one of the things that I love to share is maybe what some of these synchronicity numbers mean. We'll start with numbers. The first one, 1111. I remember when I started seeing 1111 on the clock. And it kind of just started gradually happening where I just like look at the clock and I'm like, oh, it's 1111. And then over like a month or two, I'm just like, why is it that every time I look at the clock, it's 11:11? Like, that can't be. Is like my mind like aligned with it, or like it just knows, so then it looks at the clock like, what is this? And I also started to recognize other numbers too. But what 1111 means is that you're awakening and that you're in alignment with divine union. 1111 is definitely a twin flame number. And so that lets you know that you are on the twin flame journey and on the twin flame path, even if you might not have met your twin flame yet. The second number I saw a lot of was 222. And for a long time, I was like, oh my gosh, 222 is my number. That means that like everything's working out for me. And in truth, that you are in alignment. So that means that yes, things are going to work out in your favor. But it also means to trust and be patient with the process and know that yes, you are in alignment with sacred partnership. And then another one that was really big for me was 444. And I learned that that was about protection and that my angels were with me. And I found that to be very comforting because sometimes this journey can feel very hard and very lonely. And so to know that there were angels and spirit guides in the spiritual realm helping me and supporting me along my journey was very reassuring for me. So these are signs that are going to show up when your soul is trying to get your attention. And this is not to feed into any kind of obsession, but it's an invitation to go deeper into healing and to really getting clear on what your soul is awakening to. These signs are not about my twin flame. They are about me and they're for me. And what I really had to start doing, and this was something that my spiritual gurus, Jeff and Shalia, helped me see, was that I needed to go within and ask myself when I saw these signs and synchronicities, what is coming up for me? This is an invitation to go within and to get very clear on feeling my feelings. What was I thinking in that moment? What was I feeling in that moment? What is the belief that I'm holding on in this moment? The signs don't promise you reunion. However, they do point you inwards to your healing and your alignment and your divine path, which then leads you to your union. So I had to really let go of this belief that every time I saw a sign, this means like reunion's around the corner. And on some level, yes, your reunion is just right here. It's always been here. It hasn't been anywhere. It hasn't gone anywhere. It is right here. You're already in your union with your twin flame because it's your natural state of being. What you're doing is releasing the belief of separation, releasing the illusion that you were ever without your twin flame. And you could be like, Kanisha, you're crazy. Like, I'm here and my twin flames across the world, or my twin flames in another relationship, or my twin flame wants nothing to do with me and has blocked me. What do you mean my twin flame is here? Well, on a soul level, you are one, and you are healing the illusion of separation. And so the signs are invitations to keep going. They're a reminder that you're on the right path and that you got to trust the process. And so I had to really let go of attachment to the signs. I got signs with my false twin flame. I saw his name, his birthday, things that he would say, whatever would show up. But those were signs to keep me going so that it would lead me to my true twin flame. Now that I'm in union with my true twin flame, I don't get the synchronicities and the signs like I used to, where it was like really consistent. And that was the universe and my higher self. They were like, keep going. You're like, keep moving, please. Like, we're giving you these signs and synchronicities as encouragement to just keep going. Now I see them, and it's usually when I have asked for something or clarity on something, and then I receive the sign and synchronicity, and it requires me to go within, and I get even more clarity. So I wanted to share this video because I find that some of us will get stuck in the obsession of signs. And when they become an obsession, that can become very unhealthy. I mean, let's be honest. Some of us have gotten like trapped in having to see the signs. And if we don't see the signs, that means our twin flame is not coming back and everything's falling apart and I'm not alignment anymore. And I just am going to freak out and have a spiral. But when you start chasing things like readings and scrolling through TikTok for more clues and signs, I did this. I was always, there was a time, y'all, where I spent my whole entire day just watching twin flame readings. And because our algorithm picks things up, I kept getting like the same readings from different readers. And I'm like, well, this one said that he was coming, and this one said that he just had to work through this. And when I definitely didn't want to hear what a reader had to say, I was like, you're not the reader for me. And I would just move on. But I was so stuck in this deep depression and the spiral of never seeing the light of my union coming together. And I was always asking the universe for more signs and more numbers and more messages just to get this hit of hope, just this needing to know that this was going to come together. And then suddenly you're just in this, not even on the spiritual path anymore. You're like in a spiritual spiral of addiction, and it feels unhealthy. This is where a lot of people get stuck on thinking that twin flames is a toxic thing. So I've been there. I have compassion about that, but I am here to tell you that the most compassionate way, and what I would think is the most loving and fastest way, is to start living for signs of how to become the best self. And when you allow this, you'll start asking, what is a sign showing me? What is it requiring for me to either let go of or forgive? Where am I still abandoning myself? Where am I seeking for love outside of myself? That's really what you want to start using those signs for. Use those signs for your advantage, the synchronicities to your advantage, and really start working with them instead of working against yourself. So, and with dreams too, I've had dreams where I've had my false twin flame in that space. And I remember having a dream where my false twin flame was picking me up in a taxi, and he wanted to take me somewhere. And I had a middle school teacher show up in this dream who was like, this man is not for you. He's not good for you. Like, you have to let him go. And I was like, no, like, I can't let him go. And I get into this car with him, and we get to this place with me and my false twin flame, and he turns to me and he says, I love you. And I was like, see, this is why I can't let him go, because he loves me. And then like 2 weeks later, he tells me that he loves me. And I'm like, see, that dream is totally wrong. But then over time of healing, probably within the next month or so, he leaves and he's like, I gotta go. I gotta leave, and I can't take you with me. Like, this is not for me. I don't want this kind of relationship. And through even more healing, he really revealed himself to not be the man for me. And so my teacher at some point was probably my higher self in the dream, was like, this is not your person. It may look like this is your person. You may experience this probably being like a possibility of your person, but that's really what a false twin flame is they look and feel and seem like your true twin flame, but they're not. And so I had to really let that go. And then when I started having dreams about my true twin flame, I was always seeing his back. I never saw the front of him. I just knew and felt his energy. And I always was like, what is that bringing up for me? Well, it always felt like I could never be right beside him. I couldn't be his divine counterpart. I couldn't be in union with him, that he was always like ahead of me or away from me. And so as I started to heal within myself around that, what it brought up for me, how I felt about it, I really started to see where my consciousness was showing me my beliefs and my dreams and how to heal them when I was either asleep or awake. And that was very powerful because very quickly we started to align into union. And once we came into union, that man's in my dreams all the times now. I'm in his dreams all the time now. And we're together in our dreams. Like, we're in a union in our dreams. And we actually work through things around like commitment and loyalty, where sometimes in our dreams, like, we're being like invited to like go into a different relationship, and we're both like, no, like, this is our union, and we choose our union. And so we both dream about each other a lot now, and we actually do quite a bit of inner work within our dreams. And when we do feel upset about a dream and are having to move through something that didn't feel good, we move through it together, and we find what the core upset was and how we can choose. Say it's like one of us was unfaithful in the dream, like, do you have fear about not being committed in this relationship, or fear that I'm not going to be committed to you? Okay, so we can let go of that fear, and let's just choose commitment here. Let's choose commitment to God and our union, and let's really choose together to be like one together in this union. We're not going to look outside our union. And also, let's look at where maybe we're looking for love outside of our union, or looking for validation somewhere else outside of our union. It may not be with other people, but it might be in work, or with our kids, or with each other. Like, it really allows us to go deeper into healing. So know that your dreams and your synchronicities and signs are meant to help you go deeper into your knowing yourself, going within, really getting clear on how you're feeling within, and not so much of looking for these signs outside of yourself. Your union is not outside, it's within. So know that you are all that you need. All you need to do is really work on the inner work, mastering the mirror exercise, feeling your feelings, getting really clear on how these things make you feel, and allow those beliefs to come up. And if they're in alignment with love, perfect. And if they're not, that's where the healing is. So if this message spoke to you, definitely don't forget to like and subscribe. Come join us at Twin Flames Universe. Definitely drop a comment so we can know what signs and synchronicities you're currently seeing. But if you need more support and guidance, definitely check out twinflamesuniverse.com. You will find so many amazing resources there. You'll also find Twin Flame Ascension coaches who are here to help you move through all things in your union. And I am looking forward to seeing you in the next video. You take care. Bye-bye.